Over the past few years, I've talked about the Ghost and Molly McGee a lot. Like, a lot. More than any other cartoon, including Moon Girl and Deplorable Dinosaur. And it's for a good reason. When Molly McGee first released in October 2021, everyone thought that Disney Channel was finally back. We thought that their days of crappy tween sitcoms and cancerously cringeworthy cartoons were finally over. And up until 2023, things looked really good for the network. Sure, Moon Girl and Doo Doo Demagogue was a complete dumpster fire, but we true American cartoonians had faith that Season 2 of The Ghost of Molly McGee could turn things around. But we ended up being wrong. Season 2 premiered and gave us one of the worst pieces of American animation that the world has ever seen. And yes, I'm including the World War II propaganda movies that the government forced Disney to make. And look, I've already made a 9-minute video about why The Ghost of Molly McGee's Season 2 premiere was an absolute atrocity. But I think that it's worth calling out some of the other episodes from this shit show of a season. Because yeah, an episode that's filled with annoying songs, unlikable characters, and a shitty story is already pretty bad, and it's an even worse way to start off Season 2. But what about an episode that's so disgusting, so depraved, so unbelievably nasty that it should be reported to the FBI? Well, that's pretty much what we got with a period piece, the 46th episode of The Ghost of Molly McGee, an episode that's all about the bodily functions. Now look, I really don't want to talk about this episode, but since this show is being flushed down the shitter in a couple of days, I thought we may as well embarrass it while we still have the chance. Hi, I'm the PNG Tuber, and today we're going to be talking about the nastiest episode of The Ghost of Molly McGee. Okay, so we start off with the theme song, which I've already said is annoying as all hell. At this point, Disney should just record some background static on a TV, because that would be a million times better than the teeny bob bullshit excuse of a theme song that they have now. So then after our ears are assaulted for 30 seconds straight, the episode subjects us to another song that's just a ripoff of It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year. Okay, a couple of things about that. First of all, how uncreative do you have to be to rip off a classic Christmas song that everybody in the world has heard? How the fuck did you expect to get away with that? And second of all, if the producers of this show really wanted to use the song, which I wouldn't doubt, because they're obviously more concerned with superficial woke bullshit than actually telling good stories that don't make me want to lobotomize myself, then why, in the name of sweet Georgia Brown, was Disney not able to afford the rights to the actual song? Like, it may seem like a small thing, but it's driving me fucking nuts. Disney is worth $163 billion. Those penny-pinching bastards could have afforded to spare a couple of $1,000 to buy the rights to It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year, so I wouldn't have to be subjected to the most unbelievably dogshit parody that I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, there are Minecraft song parodies that go harder than this flaming pile of dog shit. Man, this episode is already pissing me the fuck off. Whew. Okay, let me calm down. So after that, we get some quote-unquote plot development that I nearly missed because my eyes were rolling into the back of my damn head. So I guess the conflict right now is that Libby feels awkward around Andrea? However the fuck you say her name. And look, guys, let me be real here for a second. This is coming straight from the heart, so I want everybody to listen up. Nobody fucking cares. I don't care how awkward you feel around a true American like Andrea. I don't care about the quote-unquote incident that you've been bitching and moaning about since the first fucking episode. How about you buck up and grow a pair and shut the hell up so we don't have to have cringeworthy dogshit plot lines about some shit that happened in the past. I know that this isn't really the worst part of the episode, no, by no means, but it still pisses me off. How about you actually try to have an awesome and engaging storyline like Kev, which has already mastered the art of storytelling? Hell, the only thing that the Ghost of Molly McGee has mastered is the art of pissing off me and every other true American patriot with more than 6 working brain cells. But thankfully, we eventually move on from those useless ass scenes when Andrea, or however the fuck you say her name, shows up for the sleepover. Yay! This is gonna be awesome, queen! Lit hashtag slay Ohio, God Riz! Yeah, I can already feel myself starting to turn into a black person. And of course, Disney just had to keep the torture going, because right after we're subjected to toxic amounts of hood speak, we get an overly long scene of Lemmy getting her, how do I say this? I got it. Bodily function that we should not be fucking talking about, especially when it comes to kids. How could anyone think that this episode plot was even remotely acceptable to show to children? Because if you know what a period is, then you know that it's super duper gross. And something that definitely shouldn't be shown to kids, to children. This is beyond wokeness. This is literally criminal. This is the type of episode that Jeff Epstein would have come up with after smoking a joint with Bill Clinton. Who in their right mind thought it was a good idea to make an entire episode about periods, about menstrual cycles? The heck? They must have been strung out on that damn crack rock, because this buckwild foolishness is a new fucking low for Disney. They better make me rent wide slam open up in here. We need federal investigations into the making of this episode, because there is not a single good reason to ever make an episode about periods. I don't know how many possible ways there are to say that this is absolutely fucked up. And I know that the woke mob is gonna come out and say that this is an important story or some stupid shit like that, which is fucking comical, because the woke mob is only capable of putting out dog shit stories that everybody fucking hates. How can a story be important if nobody fucking watches it? Because they're sick and tired of your fucked up agendas, your political pandering, and your enslavement to the global masterminds. Gosh, is it too much to ask for the world not to be run by wicked pedophiles and self-righteous assholes? Okay, let me calm down. For my own sanity, I had to skip over the parts where they keep talking about periods like it's some kind of normal thing. But it turns out that when they were done with that depraved bullshit, they move on to some boring bullshit about Libby and Andrea becoming friends. And I'm not even going to joke about how uninteresting that plotline is, because I don't even want to pretend to encourage the maniac morons that shit out this episode. And look, I didn't even have time to fully hate on that, because the episode immediately tries to bring back that messed up period storyline like a necrophiliac with a car battery. Gosh, I just can't stand this episode. Can they just give it a break? Out of all the shitty, fucked up storylines they've done on this show, why is this the one that they're focusing on? I think we all know the reason why, but you can't say it, or you get lawyers showing up at your house with cease and desist letters, and I do not want to go through that again. And in the end, it doesn't even matter, because this episode ends in the dumbest way possible. Molly tries to become a woman by wearing clown makeup and dressing in oversized clothes, which I guess is a metaphor for her getting her period? Which is a really weird thing to lie about. That would be like Joe Biden lying about finishing top of his class in law school. Oh wait, that actually happened. He actually lied about that, and it was just as stupid and embarrassing as the bullshit that Disney subjected us to in this episode. Look, let me just wrap things up right now. No holds barred. Words cannot describe how pissed off I am at whoever was responsible for this steaming pile of dog shit. A period piece is the single worst episode of cartoon content that I've ever reviewed. It's worse than Moon Girl and Dipshit Democrat. It's worse than Haley's on It. It's even worse than Gasp. This is a new level of woke bullshit. Somebody call a scientist. Somebody call Elon Musk. We need to gather the world's greatest minds to figure out how exactly we can wipe every trace of the Ghost and Molly McGee off the face of the fucking planet. How in the fuck did anyone at Disney Channel let this episode get made? Were they just desperate for ratings and attention? Or were the spineless fucks at Disney told by their woke masters in the DNC that they had to shit out a downright disgusting episode like this, or did get a firm slap on the ass? You know what? That sounds about right. These lunatic liberal bastards have gone so buckwild crazy that they're probably more afraid of consequences than death. This shit just pisses me off. And I feel like explaining myself is pointless, because everybody on the planet should know why making an episode of a cartoon that normalizes periods is an awful idea. People should be ashamed of their bodies. And if Disney won't say it, then I will. You should be absolutely disgusted with yourself. Because unless your name is Emperor Donald J. Trump, your body is nothing to be proud of. I know it sounds harsh, but sometimes a man has to be willing to say what the others won't. I'm just a maverick like that. I'm a maverick. Either way, I'll be the PG tuber running over my hard drive with a pickup truck so that I can't get charged with anything for watching this episode and signing off. Bye.